Hope you're having a wonderful evening. Thank you, Father, for the day, right? I want to share a little something that I've been thinking a lot about. First of all, good news is March. First of all, I can't believe it's March already. The good news is March, it turns out, was, it comes from the Latin word Martius. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly, so we'll go ahead and go easy on that, right? However, it's pretty cool. Let's think about this. I wrote this down. It's the Latin word Martius, named after Mars, the Roman god of war. And it was actually the name of the first month in the original Roman calendar. Pretty cool. Good news for us. Let's just take it as our new year, in case we have not been great about our intentions, goals, however you all relate to them. Be easy on yourself. It's all good. Begin again, start over, tell yourself a new story, write yourself a new story. By the way, we always have that opportunity. The real reason that I'm here talking to myself, maybe, and some of y'all tonight, is that I have been with caregivers lately, caregivers of those that are elderly and caregivers of those that work with precious people with special needs. And my observation is, first of all, if you're wondering what angels are like, I think they're caregivers, right? And the next thing that I have observed recently, and I wonder if you all have this same experience or observation, is that these caregivers, especially those that are related to this precious human, right? Whomever they are caring for, they're in a very difficult, or can be difficult, situation. And the serenity prayer comes to mind. A precious caregiver and I won't share her name because I didn't ask her if I could. I wish I could, because I love her so much. We've been talking about the serenity prayer, which helps so many of us so often and in so many ways. In particular this, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. These situations, these special needs, whether it's a disease, it is whatever the special need is, right? It can't be changed. It's something that oftentimes that situation is just going to be something that has to be dealt with, lived with. It's constantly going to change. The moment you think that something is normal, which we all know there's no such thing as that, but something is going to be, okay, this is how this is going to go now. It immediately changes. So the serenity to accept the things we cannot change in this type of a situation is just, let's all pray for any and all in those situations that they have serenity, and then the courage to change the things that we can. Whew. Sometimes we feel guilty about those things, right? How does one come to grips with caring for someone and then feeling guilty that that is not who they become? Oftentimes it begins to define the caregiver. And this tug of war with joy, happiness, of course they're very different, right? We'll talk about that a different time. But, having these other experiences that this precious human being that they love and or come to love if they're a caregiver from outside the home, it's such a struggle. I just thank you for bearing with me as I try to describe the feelings and the admiration and the mystery of so many things that are not easy for so many. But to figure out a way to balance that caregiving does not define the person, and that it is beyond important to take care of oneself first in order to have the energy to take care of this precious person or people that are in this situation, right? And then the wisdom to know the difference. I just want to say that any of you and or your loved ones that are caregivers, that kindness and grace and goodness and patience and all the definitions of love and the labor of love, right? I, with all my heart, hope that we all pray together the serenity prayer for you, and that you pray that prayer for yourself, because you're an angel on this earth. If that's the vocation you have chosen, if that is the position you have found yourself in and it wasn't part of your plan, and you are admired and you are seen, and you're lifted up in the mystery of all of it, right? This light and this love. And there's that. So, thank you all for listening while I talk to myself. And I hope that we all consider the importance of the words, God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Simple, beautiful words, not 100% easy to do. So that's it. And again, here we are in March. Turns out we're going to pretend like it's the new year and begin again, or continue on if you've done well so far with what you hope to accomplish or share, whatever it is, your intentions and goals for this year. And, we're all at battle. I think about that this God of war, right? We really are at battle. And so let's try to be kind to each other. And let's try to support each other. And let's really try not to judge each other, because we're all in very different situations. Everybody we cross paths with is having a tug upon the heart, right? Everybody's got this tug upon the heart, either for something going on in their lives, in their life, or in someone else's life that they love. So I think whoever they are want us to be divided. And that's not going to do any of us any good. It's just really not. Let's be curious about our differences. Let's listen. Let's try to be open-minded so there can be some healing and some goodness at the beginning of March. And that's it. I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. And I hope y'all are going to have a delicious dinner like I am. About to go downstairs and have some pork chops. and rice and broccoli. Best news is I didn't do it. I didn't cook it. MVP did. Thank you, Father. Y'all take care. Good night. Once again, let's see if I can turn this off. Seriously. Oh yeah, look, in now. I think that one's over. Okay. Night, y'all.